The double-headed eagle is one of the oldest and most powerful symbols in human history. It seems to appear everywhere, in ancient temples, imperial crests, royal houses, secret societies, and even modern nation-states. However, beneath the heraldry and the gold leaf, the two-headed eagle holds a deeper, far more esoteric message. It is a warning about division, political, social, psychological, energetic, and spiritual, and how our sovereignty can be compromised when our attention is split and our agency is distracted from. For the modern seeker, the double-headed eagle can be read not just as a historical emblem, but as a kind of map to self-power, a symbol of human energetics and its true potential within the body, and also an important lesson in how negative external influences govern by dividing what should be united. Its true origins are lost in time, but the trail of this enigmatic symbol stretches back to the Bronze Age, to Mesopotamia, the Hittites, and ancient settlements in Anatolia. It appears in Mycenaean Greece and in Vedic India. There are even traces of it in pre-Columbian America. For over 2,000 years, the symbol is thought to have faded, but then it suddenly re-emerges in the Middle Ages, adopted by the Byzantines, the Holy Roman Empire, and later by Islamic dynasties like the Mamluks of Egypt. Wherever it appears, however, it is always a mark of power, authority, and the right to rule. One of the most well-known interpretations of the double-headed eagle among the alternative community is the political one. Two heads, one body, two opposing forces feeding the same belly. This is the essence of divide and conquer, the oldest strategy of rulership on earth. Control both sides of a conflict, feed both heads with different or opposing narratives, keep the people divided, distracted, and emotionally charged, while the central power, the belly of the beast, grows stronger. This is how negative control is maintained, not through unity, but through the management of division. And this isn't just ancient history. It is the blueprint of modern politics, media, and ideological fifth-generation warfare. When our attention is split, our traditions and beliefs as a people ridiculed and compromised, our agency and sense of belonging weaken. When we're fighting each other, we forget what is really important. Across the modern world, this same split shows up in the clash between communist ideology and cultural Marxist social theory on one side, and hyper-capitalist market extremism on the other. Two opposing heads, yet both capable of pulling society apart in different ways. But the symbol goes far deeper than politics. The two-headed eagle also represents the divided human being. Across ancient traditions, duality is always shown as two forces spiralling around a central axis. The Ida and Pingala of the Vedic tradition, the yin and yang of Taoist inner alchemy, the serpents of the caduceus, and the winged discs of Egypt and Mesopotamia. These are far from being just random symbols. They are powerful signs signifying the transformative potential of the human energy system. When these two phenomena are balanced, the physical body and the energetic spirit, the culminating force rises through the central channel, the Sushumna, Dumai, or central pillar of the spinal column, awakening true human consciousness, increasing our physical strength, and fortifying our spiritual and psychic sovereignty. But when they are divided, scattered, or pulled into conflict, our energy collapses, our development stalls, our sovereignty is dissolved. This is the spiritual war of divide and conquer. It is oppression and control by distraction, designed division, overstimulation, and the fragmentation of our inner world. Physiologically, the two-headed eagle mirrors the architecture of the human brain in remarkable fashion. When viewed in sagittal section, the two hemispheres sit like great wings of neural tissue, curving outward in a sweeping arc that resembles the tucked wings of a bird nestled on its perch. The brainstem. At the centre, the thalamus forms the head of the bird, while the interthalamic adhesion represents the eye of the hawk god Horus. Just beneath it, the hypothalamus extends forward like the hooked tip of a bird's beak, pointed, precise, and responsible for our instinct, hunger, drive, and the ignition of our deepest feelings and reactions. When the hemispheres communicate in harmony, when the wings beat together, the brain generates a state of coherence that sharpens and clears the mind and aligns the body's energetic currents. But when the hemispheres are pulled out of sync, when one wing drags or the beak turns in two directions at once, our inner flight becomes unstable and self-destructive. From the ancients' perspective, this anatomical symbolism must have supported the secret of enhanced consciousness, that the human being rises only when the two birds at the centre of the mind, the twin forces of thought and instinctual drive, turn toward the same horizon. When those inner birds move in harmony, we stop being carried by their competing wing beats and instead become the one who guides their ascent, an ascent that is difficult to hold back, distract from, or prevent. For thousands of years, this symbol has been fought over, claimed, examined, re-examined, and reinterpreted. Empires used it to signify their rulership. Mystics used it to describe the human experience. Freemasons adopted it as a sign of esoteric mastery. But at its core, the double-headed eagle teaches us one thing: when our attention and energy are divided, we are easy to manipulate. But when our focus and energy are unified, we are strong, sovereign, and free. This is the ancient right of every human being, the right to be the master of our own energy, heritage, and destiny.